Welcome, everyone.
Hello, Dr. Knecht.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm glad to be here.
I'm so excited to see all of you here. This is exciting. We would love to see you guys turn your videos on if you're comfortable. Gary and Carol, how are you guys doing? I'm so excited you joined us. And Carol still here. Oh, wow, this is exciting.
Got a few more coming in.
We're just gonna let everyone kind of chime in and get as many people in as we can. And I think we had, John, we had about 32 people
I think it's
sign up
34,
to
I
do the
think we did.
webinar.
Yeah.
And oh, there's Joyce. Awesome. Joyce is in your neck of the woods, John. She's in Florida.
Oh, nice.
Her son lives here. She came in and we did some NET with her. And so, mm. So like I said, we're just going to wait a few minutes for everyone to kind of get in the room here. And then we're going to start. Um, and we are going to there'll be a recording of this to replay. If you have friends or family members that want this information, you can pass it on. We'll send it out to everyone. So, well, I think we should probably get started. So, again, most of you probably know me. I'm Dr. Alan Knecht, and might be friends of some of our patients. Welcome to our first ever class, weight loss master class with Recode. And we're going to have a little discussion here to kind of give you, what's going on and why we're offering this and what motivated us both personally and professionally. Um, Excited you're all here. And so basically, what's my story? Where did this all start? Just like most of you on here, you've maybe heard me talk about this in the treatment room or not. But I was skinny as a beanpole. I had the metabolism of three people. I could eat anything I wanted growing up. They used to joke I had a hollow leg. And then along came age 45, and my poor metabolism said, "No, we're taking a break here." So I started putting on weight, and from age 45 to about 60, I was running about 40 to 50 pounds overweight. And my metabolic age on the inside was 89 years old. And I could lose the weight. I could lose 30, 35 pounds. I did it over a dozen times, and every time I gained it back. I used some of you may remember several years back, they did the HCG injections. That was a prescription-based product, human gonadotrophic hormone that women make when they're pregnant. Helps you lose weight after you deliver your baby. I easily lost 30, 35 pounds. That was a very strict caloric restriction and gained it all back. I did a homeopathic version of that, lost it, gained it back. I did paleo, lost it, gained it back. I did modified paleo, lost 35 pounds, gained it back. I did strict keto. You get the picture. 2019, um, you're going to get to meet Coach Melinda here on the call. I met her, and at the time, she and her husband were running a weight loss clinic using red light. Like we did in our clinic in 2019. We brought the contour light in, and was introduced to a very powerful homeopathic-based formula to help fix my metabolism and how it runs, so I could again lose the weight. And then I did the red light therapy sessions to help get some of the stubborn fat. But within about a year and a half of that, starting that, my uncle here in Hermiston, Oregon, who's one of the smartest doctors I know, is formulating nutraceuticals now. And he formulated this product called the Chaos Tamer, and we're going to talk about that today. And it was designed with about 11 key ingredients, all based on hardcore research to reverse insulin resistance back to normal insulin sensitivity. It's unheard of. So I've been on it for 18 months. My insulin is now between 3 and 5, my fasting insulin level. And I feel like I'm 20 again. I can go out and on a weekend and eat fish and chips. And I'll come back 3 pounds heavier. And within 2 days, I'm right back to 182. So our goal is to present to you a mind-body approach to lose weight. That's a given. We know we can do that. You've all done it. The key here is to make it permanent. Our goal is to help you have permanent weight loss, one and done. You do it, it's done. And guess what? It's more than just weight loss because insulin resistance is the root of all the metabolic diseases. We're talking heart disease, cancer, autoimmune disease, diabetes, obesity. That's it. So, my personal motto used to be thrive to 125 because our genes are coded for us to live 125 years. But I also subscribe to the concept that the teacher becomes a student and the student becomes a teacher. I learn from you guys. About 30% of what I do in my practice, I learn from you. One of my patients the other day said, Dr. Allen, it should be thrive as long as you're alive. That's what I want for you guys. I am so pleased to announce an incredible joint venture with Dr. John Schellenberg. Dr. John lives in Florida. He's a chiropractor like myself. He and I have been running into each other at neuro-emotional technique seminars. A lot of you on this call have had that emotional work that we do in the clinic. He and I are both certified practitioners. And last year, a year ago in April, we were in Florida together at a seminar and we worked on each other. And we discovered we're both doing weight loss. And he has this amazing approach to the mind part of the mind body weight loss. And we're both using the same body approach, using the homeopathic formula that he's going to talk about. And then I introduced him to the Chaos Tamer, and we're like, we have to work together. This guy is a brilliant computer programmer. He is the reason we're having this call today, and you were able to get these professionally appearing emails instead of just a boring black and white email from me is because of John. So I'm super excited that he's here and taking time out of his day to share with you um, our approach that, again, will help you thrive as long as you're alive and lose your weight and stick to it. So it's the floor is yours, John.
Well, thank you again, Dr. Allen. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. It was an awesome introduction. Thank you very, very much. And you know what? Thank you, everybody. Thank you to everybody who's taking some time out of their Saturday, probably morning for you guys. It's afternoon for me because I'm on the East Coast. And so we don't want to take a lot of your time today, but I do want to, Dr. Allen and I are going to do a little bit of back and forth. We don't have anything. I'll just tell you, we don't have anything planned, or rehearsed. This is unscripted completely. I will say the other thing is that at the end, we will have an offer for you guys. And so that part is somewhat scripted. But it's not going to be any pressure. There's not going to be anything crazy like that. But just so you know, if you're interested in what we have to say, we do have an offer. We put that together, and we love an opportunity to share that with you at the end. But Alan, what you said, one thing made me laugh when you said it is, here comes 45 and in your world, and that's when you put on 40, 50 pounds. Well, for me, it came earlier actually. I was trying to do the math while you were talking. I think I was 34 when my first daughter was born. And that's when it started for me because my wife put on 40 pounds during her pregnancy, and so did I. And it's interesting, but she had a baby and lost all of it, and I didn't. And that was really frustrating to me. So it was something that all of a sudden it's like, where in the world does this weight come from? And just like Alan, yeah, I could go through all the different things that I've done. So I've gained and lost the same 20, 30, 40 pounds. I don't know how many times in my life since then. And it's been super frustrating. And so lo and behold, actually, Dr. Allen and I are both, using the same, company for our homeopathic weight loss formula. And we're both NET practitioners. I'm an NET practitioner. I'm a certified body talk practitioner. I'm a doctor of divinity. I also am did I say certified body talk practitioner, and also a certified magnetic mind coach, which is really the fun stuff that we're going to talk about today. But when when weight loss system found me, I thought, oh my gosh, I have stumbled onto the holy grail, because I have this neuroemotional technique in my back pocket. And we can all agree there's probably an emotional component to weight loss, right? Or to having more weight than we want to have. There's that emotional component. I thought, oh my gosh, like this is it. We got it. Holy cow. And so, I applied it to me, and I applied it to a lot of patients over the years, and they got some absolutely wonderful healing from it. There is no question about it. And in my experience, and Alan, I'm not sure if you would agree with this, but when you go into NET and into an NET session with something to do with weight loss, because I believe it's because it's so tied to our survival, like food, that where it takes us is life-changing. And it's unbelievable, the healing that can happen. But, and this is a big but, my experience as the practitioner is that it didn't help people keep it off. Now, if you guys know how to do, I wanted just a little bit of interaction if you're willing, and you can leave your microphones off. So we'll use the chat box. So on the bottom here, if you just swing to the bottom, there's a little chat box thing. Just put your arrow, if you don't know how to use Zoom, go down to the bottom and it'll say chat, kind of off to the center of left. And if you click that, that'll open your chat box. And there's Alan in there. And you can see it'll pop up. But hey, so what I'd love to do is get just a tiny bit of interaction from you guys, just to make sure you're breathing and you're still with us. But if you've ever lost weight on a program, any program, would you just type a 1 in the chat box like that? And so most of us, I think, can say, yeah, I've done something and it worked. Right? I mean, I got a lot of 1s in there. Thank you for interacting. Oh my gosh, you have no idea as a presenter how good it feels to have people interact. So thank you. Love that. Love you. Appreciate it. So,
John, that's because you're speaking to some amazing people.
There's no question about it. NET doctors and NET patients are among the best in the world, man.
I know I'm prejudiced, but I really feel blessed to have the patients I have. They're the best in the world. But
I totally concur, man. Absolutely. So, Alan, do you have on your intake form a question that says, have you tried to lose weight before? And if so, what have you tried?
Sure.
Yeah. And what's the most common answer in your practice?
Everything.
Everything. Yes, exactly.
Watchers,
Yeah.
Oh, and it's great
100%.
because, all of it. Yeah.
100%. So the thing is that.
How about you? What do you?
No, everything. I mean, that's the most. This isn't scripted, guys. Like I thought, let me just find out what your answer is, and the answer is everything. And I'm like, I totally get that. I could go through. In fact, I created this long time. I'm not going to bore you with it, but it's kind of funny. It's a little bit crass, but it goes through all the different ones that people have put on the intake forms. But suffice it to say is that we've all tried everything, and it's worked to lose weight. I mean, did anyone, really give it the good college try and not lose any weight? Like literally, yeah. So they all work, right? So if you've been able to lose weight on those, you put a 1 in, awesome. Now, this is the next part that kind of sucks. But if the weight came back, can you put a 2 in there? Because I've already said I've done that. Alan, I think 5 times. Yeah, I could probably put 32s in there, right? Maybe not 30. But so I mean, listen, like, let's just call a spade a spade. It's like, I don't care what you do. You can lose weight. In fact, technically speaking, if you trim your fingernails or get a haircut or a lobotomy, you're going to lose weight, right? And quite frankly, some people lose weight. I think they've had a lobotomy because of some of the programs that are out there. And some of the problems with some of the programs that are out there is that they burn up your protein. They burn up your muscle. They're literally digesting, especially the injectable stuff. We don't know the long-term effects of it, but what we know is it takes you into starvation mode And when you're in starvation mode, your body is actually digesting your muscle, and your muscle is the backbone of your life. So you don't want that to happen. What you really want is something that's just going to burn your abnormal fat. When you want to lose weight, I have to assume the only thing you really care about is burning fat. And there's different kinds of fat. And we won't get into really technical stuff here, but the two biggest ones are your abnormal fat, which is the yucky inflamed stuff that you don't want. And the second one is the visceral fat. And that's what Dr. Allen was saying, which is what leads to insulin resistance. And that leads to all these other chronic conditions. So we really want to just target that stuff. And that's honestly, in short, that's what the homeopathic drops do. They keep us out of starvation mode. So that's the biggest thing. They also help us reduce our cravings and our hunger because it releases something in the body. And the chaos tamer that Dr. Allen, I'm going to have him talk about here shortly, also does that as well. It helps the natural release of this thing called GLP-1, which basically makes your insulin not spiky so much, and it makes us not so hungry. So those are that's the first thing that we really need to understand. And if you're trying to lose weight, you really need to burn fat, and you need to burn the right kind of fat. And that is part of what Dr. Allen and I have figured out, and is part of the program that we share with our patients every day in practice. Now, the second thing that I'm going to talk about, then I'm going to turn it back over to, because I'm going to ask Alan a question more specifically about insulin resistance, because that's he's a master of understanding and communicating that. But the second thing is I want to use a metaphor for you guys, and I want to keep this short because I know you don't have a lot of time on your Saturdays, even though there's no football till tomorrow. That's okay. We'll try and keep it short. So how many people, a little bit more interaction, please. How many people have ever, back in the day, when we first started with word processors, has anyone ever written an essay or done a big project on the Microsoft Word or something, and you're working on it and you realize oh my gosh, I'm 2 hours into this project, or maybe you're creating a report for work, and then the cat walks across your keyboard and deletes the whole dang thing, and you lose everything? Has that ever happened to anybody? Literally put a 3 in there. That's happened to me. You guys have no idea how many times I have lost hours and hours of work, and oh my God, I got to start over. Can you believe it? And of course it comes out totally different, but frustration, right? So then they came up with this thing. It's called autosave, right? God bless the dude or dudette that created autosave, because it saved my arse so many times or the undo button. Thank God for that. And yeah, or auto, what was the other one? The auto save, and then the auto repopulate, or auto recover. That's the other one. Okay, so that's the metaphor. When we're losing weight, what I've discovered through, 12 years of doing this, probably more than that, is that we need to work with the rhythms of the body in order to help your metabolism reset. Okay, so you can do something for a long. It's called the law of diminishing returns. It's you keep doing something and it doesn't have the same effect, right? It's the law of diminishing, returns. And so we've created a rhythmic process to helping you go through a phase where we spike your metabolism to get you burning fat. We turn you into a fat burning machine for about a 3-week period of time. And then we turn it off and we let your body kind of catch up. And it's auto saving your progress. So you don't have to start over. You don't have to lose, you can go in and lose 20 pounds and we can reset it. Boom. It's like if you play a video game, you beat the level, you go up a level. You don't have to start over again. You start at the beginning of your level. You don't have to go back to this, to ground zero. So we've created this rhythmic auto save process that we work with the natural rhythms of your body, and it follows a normal rhythmic hormone cycle, which is about 3 to 5 weeks. So we do 3 weeks because we realize psychologically anybody can do anything for 3 weeks, right? To walk in the park. So we make this process really simple for you guys. And so that's one of the big time keys to making this the last weight loss advice you'll ever need, which is to reset, auto save, and then keep going from there when you're ready. Now, to make weight loss permanent, like what Alan said, one and done, we have to, like, there is no negotiating this, no negotiation. We have to deal with insulin resistance. So Dr. Allen and his brilliant uncle, who he's introduced me to, has literally come up with this stuff. It's called Chaos Tamer. It's an interesting name. And there's a whip on it on the logo. But Alan, I mean, would you just bring us into this world, man? Because it is so incredibly life-changing, this stuff. And I'm not I don't push pills or nutrition in my practice. I never have. And it's probably because when I take stuff, it doesn't really shift the needle. But when I started taking this after our seminar last year, that needle shifted like I've never experienced. So please enlighten us a little bit on that.
Yeah, thanks, John. You use the word life-changing, and if you've been to my website, you can read my story. Literally, Chris Peterson, my uncle, who's a chiropractor, literally saved my life back in 1990. My mom's youngest sister, my Aunt Tina, her first husband was a medical doctor, an internist. He was killed in a car crash, and 2 years later, she married Chris. And we came from a medical background, and we thought my aunt had lost her marbles marrying a chiropractor, but thank God she did, because it literally saved my life. And so fast forward to he's getting close to retiring, and um, he's starting to formulate. I know two of you around here are his patients. Don't worry, he's not retiring tomorrow. He's got many years left because he's a super cool dude. But um, anyways, everything he does is based on solid research. Like you, John, I used to muscle test all my vitamins and load people up, but now I look at blood work, and I will specifically choose a nutraceutical like Chaos Tamer we're talking about. I will monitor that with a fasting insulin blood test. So I'll do a baseline when someone comes in and starts this program. And for those of you that, if you decide to do this with us, um, I'll be reaching out to you, and we're going to facilitate you getting a fasting insulin blood test set up. It's very inexpensive. I can do it through Fullscript for $8. And then we have a baseline, and then every 90 days we're going to repeat that, and we should start seeing that needle dropping. Now, the Chaos Tamer does take 3 to 6 months for full effect, so you got to hang in there. But isn't it worth it to have your insulin back to what it was when you were in your 20s? That's the goal. And like John said, some of the ingredients in there actually facilitate your gut, the cells in the lining of your gut, to start producing GLP-1 agonists. Those are the active molecules that are in these products like Ozempic, Mounjaro, or the compounded versions, semaglutide and tirzepatide. They've got a new one with starts with an R that actually has three of these signaling molecules. So these are actually, when we're younger, our gut produces tons of these agonists. That means these are signaling hormone type molecules that promote a specific function in the body, in this case, restoring normal insulin sensitivity and ergo losing weight or maintaining normal weight. So, and it's all based on hardcore research. So that's, I guess, my story, and I'm sticking to it now.
Yeah, listen, and this guy is so brilliant, isn't he? Like every time we talk, I literally have to go to like Google Scholar and understand what he's trying to say, because Alan is just so brilliant. So
Well,
I want you to.
a side note, you could edit this out if you want, but that's what I love about Chris. He's so based on research. He's formulated a product called Brain Reclaim. I'm ADHD, and I also have the two genes for Alzheimer's when I turned 70 and 80. I've been taking Brain Reclaim for 3 years now, and I'm going to take it the rest of my life because I want to keep those genes turned off. There's a LabCorp has a blood test panel called ATN, which is a dementia panel looking at amyloid plaque, tau protein, and neurofilament entanglement. And he runs that as a baseline blood test to look at your blood test dementia score. After 3 to 6 months, all his patients are improving their scores by 30 to 40%. So this is the power of directed nutraceutical versus pharmaceutical, nutraceutical intervention to restore the body's normal functioning. Side note done. Back to you, John.
Yeah, no worries. So I just wanted to bring the concept of insulin to people. And most people, I mean, I think most people know what insulin does, but probably not. Like, to be perfectly honest, if you don't know what insulin does, think of it this way. Okay. When you eat something, especially a carbohydrate, so that's anything that is grown in the ground is a carbohydrate. Anything that comes out of the ground is a carbohydrate. Okay. Anything that walks, swims, flies, slithers, crawls, that's a protein or a fat. Okay. So any carbohydrate specifically is going to cause insulin, which is a hormone in the body, to go up. So we hear about spiking insulin. Well, why is that bad? Okay. The reason why it's bad, well, it's not bad. It's doing its job. If the insulin is doing its job, it's taking the carbohydrate, which is turned into glucose or sugar. It's called glucose. The body turns it into glucose. And when glucose is in the bloodstream, it causes insulin to go up. And insulin then takes that glucose and it stores it. Most of it is stored in the liver or the muscle, but a lot of it's stored in the fat. And that becomes the issue, right? And so it's basic. Think of insulin as a storage facilitator. It stores, especially in the fat. Now, there's a concept in the body, and I'm going to give you a really, really big term because it makes me feel smart. It makes me feel like I'm a smart person. It's called reciprocal inhibition. Now, I know I'm a bit of a smart aleck, but reciprocal inhibition just means if one thing is on, the other thing is off. So if I flex this muscle, this one is on, this one has to be off. That's called reciprocal inhibition. Okay, if you're driving your car north, you cannot be driving it south at the same time. Okay, that's the concept. So insulin, if insulin is spiked and if insulin is working in your body, which it's supposed to after you eat a meal, okay, then it's storing fat, which means burning fat is turned off. You can't burn and store at the same time. That's the point. So this chaos tamer helps slow that spike of insulin so that your cells aren't resisting its effect, and it helps you burn your fat better. That kind of makes it really a little bit more simple for people to understand. So that's the scientific technical stuff. And I want to take just a couple more minutes because I don't want this again to go too long. But the last two things that I want to talk about really relate to all the number twos that we have in the chat box. And if you remember, number two, I said if you ever put that weight back on, that's the number two. Now, what I want to talk about are two things. Now, excuse me. First of all, most people feel like when they go on a diet and they lose weight, hey, that feels great, right? But if the weight comes back, we feel like a failure. I don't know if you feel like that, but I did. But I want you to know if you felt like that, you're not a failure and you're not broken. I want you to know that. And I truly mean that. And I'll tell you why. But before I do, I want you to understand this doesn't apply just to weight loss. Okay. Most, I think it's 97% of people that win the lottery within 3 years are back to where they were financially or worse. 90% of professional athletes that make millions and millions of dollars within 5 years of retirement are flat broke or bankrupt. One I read just the other day was killed in a homeless camp just yesterday or the day before.
Yep.
In California. I mean, these guys These guys make millions of dollars. Like, how can that happen? Right. And so that is a structure that causes us to go back to where we were. We go forward. It's a problem orientation where it's like, hey, we have a problem. We need to do something to fix it. Hey, my clothes don't fit. Better go on a diet, right? And so we start moving in a direction. But that law of diminishing returns, it's this tension that starts to let go, and then we get pulled back by our psychological tension. We start in a creative tension, but the psychological tension pulls us back. How many people understand what I'm talking about? Have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt like you've gone for something, and then as you're approaching it, it starts to fall off, and you're like, forget it. I'm just going back. And you go back to where you were. That's like the cat walking over the keyboard, and boom, we got to start all over again. That's frustrating. But there's a reason why that happens, and it isn't just weight loss. And this is the key. When I learned this, you guys, and I applied this to weight loss, I applied it to my business, I applied it to my relationship, I applied it to my health and vitality, to everything. Everything changed. Everything changed. And everything started being created from the same structure. And here's the deal. Okay. If you look at the examples I just gave, whether it's weight loss, relationships, I'm going to get in a new relationship, you end up alone again, whatever. Okay. The lottery, the whole thing over and over and over and over. People will say, well, what's the common denominator in that? And most people will say, well, me. And if you think it's you, you're wrong. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're wrong. It's not that. It's structure and identity. That's the common denominator. So what do I mean about structure? I'm not going to give you a long lecture on this, but the structure is huge. And the identity is the biggest piece of all. So structure, what we've described, what we've all lived in, and we've all put in our chat box, is what is described as an oscillating structure. Right? We want to go for something and it falls off and we go back to where we were. And there's a reason why this is, and I'm not going to go into the whole reasoning behind it, other than to tell you there's 3 levels of consciousness: the self-conscious, the unconscious, and the superconscious. The unconscious is what is keeping us alive. And all it cares about is survival. So we're always being informed by the part of the mind that wants to keep us alive. I mean, think about it. Your heart beats 100,000 times a day and you didn't have to think about it, right? It's keeping us alive. But it has an imprint and a memory of everything that's ever happened to you in your life. And all it cares about is saying, hey, well, I've survived this. So I don't know what it's like to actually lose 50 pounds and keep it off, because that doesn't seem safe to me. So I'm going to help us go right back to where we were, because I know we can survive it. That's the unconscious. It's the realm of feelings. The self-conscious chooses. It says, hey, you know what? I want a better life. I want to have more health and vitality. I want to have a different body shape. I want to have a different body weight and size, visceral fat level, et cetera, et cetera. I want to have more money. I want to have a better job. I want to have a house in the mountains. I want to live at the ocean. I mean, I want a different life. I want a Ferrari. My kids are always saying, I want. I said, well, I want a red Ferrari. I always tell them that, it's my common response. But, it's the self-conscious that says, I want to just desire. I desire a different life experience. And it's the superconscious that actually creates it. So really quickly, the superconscious creates from the blueprint. The self-conscious desires, but it's the unconscious that allows or denies it. The superconscious does not care if you want a red Ferrari or a blue Toyota. Doesn't give a rip. Doesn't care if you want to be your ideal body weight or 40 pounds above it. It doesn't care. It's just going to cook up a plethora of people, places, situations, circumstances, information, technology, products, services, blah, 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 in order to create the experience that you want. And so whatever you're focusing on is what you're getting. That's based upon your identity. So quick question. Here's an acorn. I live in North Florida, Ponte Vedra Beach. And we have these live oak trees. They're huge, and they drop billions of these things every December. So right now they're everywhere. Now, this is a dumb question, but if I plant this acorn, will it ever grow into a maple tree? If you think I can plant an acorn and grow a maple tree, put a 1 in there. I better not see any ones. It can't. But think about this. An entire forest of oak trees is contained within this one little acorn. Isn't that amazing? And it knows exactly what to do. Why? Because that's its identity. Now, that works for trees, botany. It also works for us. So here we are going through life going, looking in the mirror going, I don't really like that extra bulge there, or this is the way that shape, or I don't like the size I see on the tag of my shirt. I don't feel very good. I got to need an extender to get on an airplane or whatever. And we think for some reason that we can take our identity, which has created the body that we currently have, and create something different. That is not possible. The same identity, you've heard Einstein say this, a problem cannot be solved at the same level of thinking that created it. This is the same thing. The body you want cannot be created from the same identity that you currently have now. That's created the body you have now. So we have to create a new identity. This is all part of our program. And I have become a master in teaching people how to do this. There is a process to changing your identity. In fact, I will help you program that while you sleep and while you are awake. So this is the thing that when I shared with Alan, he was like, okay, tell me more. This is interesting. And so this, when I combine this knowledge, which I am going to share with every single person that joins our program, and I've been doing this now, we have over 100 different recordings of me doing this with people in a group call every single week. This is the biggest part of this program because it not only will help change your health and vitality and your weight loss and make it the last healthcare weight loss advice you'll ever need. Like Alan said at the beginning, this you can apply to every single aspect of your life. So if you win the lottery, you're going to know how to keep it. All right. If you get into a new relationship, you're going to know how to keep it. That's the whole idea of this thing. So this is way bigger than weight loss, but we start with weight loss because it's just something that in order to have health and vitality, which is what everybody wants and deserves, we start with this, and then I'm going to help you extrapolate it to every part of your life. They say that a healthy person has 1,000 desires, but an unhealthy or a sick one only has one, right? We're going to make that identity within you become that which you would love to create for your life. There's a whole process on how to do this. And we teach a 12-week course inside this program. And if you can't make the calls, you get the replays every single week. And it's a massive, massive part of this program. And it's become part of my true nature and purpose to share this. So with that, Alan, do you have anything to add?
No, I'm just as excited as everyone on here to go through this process. I've talked about it, I've watched a few videos and learning the concept, but I'm excited.
You should be, because it's been honestly one of the most important decisions I made in my life to learn this stuff. And I mean, I learn it I literally study this every day, and I literally teach it every single day. And I always said I teach what I need to learn. And again, I won't get into all of the examples of how this process works and the results of all these processes, but there's a very good reason why I created this program the way it is. And it's called the Weight Loss Recode, because we use the super conscious Recode process. Okay.
Yeah, I guess to your point, John, sorry to interrupt. You know, I can't the reason we're doing this remotely is I want to help as many people as we can. And it doesn't matter where you live in the United States or the world. And this Recode system is a very powerful way to reset and recode the deep unconscious and subconscious and superconscious parts of ourselves to not just lose the weight, but to profoundly change ourselves back to our original programming. And I can't do that one-on-one in the room with NET. NET is
Right.
powerful. It's going to amplify everything we're doing. But this is like NET on steroids. I'm pretty excited.
It is, dude. Like I couldn't have said. I mean, like literally, it's like putting rocket boosters on an NET session. And I've done NET. My goodness, I've probably done 30,000 one-to-one sessions over the years. Like literally since 2005, I've been doing NET.
Yep.
And I mean, it changes lives like I've never seen anything like it until I started doing Recode. And now it's like, now we're going beyond just the emotion. We're getting into the identity. The emotions
Yep.
come about, they're important, but they're not the only part of the identity triangle. So the things that you guys are going to learn if you join this program are going to blow your mind. And we have people, I teach people. I have a patient right now who's 17 years old who's got an eating disorder. We're not treating the eating disorder. We're helping him create the life that he would love. And we recode the resistance. That's literally how you build anything. It's how you build the body that you desire. It's how you build a business. It's how you build a relationship. We get you into a creative structure, which is you decide what it is you want. It can be whatever you want, right? We go through an asking process, and then we find out, and we get, how does it feel? And then we say, well, where are you now in relationship to that? How does that feel? Right. And then we do the recode. We say, well, what's in the way? We go into the super conscious field. It's 100% intuition, you guys. It's unbelievable what comes up in these sessions. Just like when you do NET with Alan, you'd be like, well, how did you even know that? It's just because this intuition is just guiding it. And it's incredible to watch and to be a part of. And then once we've recoded the resistance, we make the path from where you are to where you want to be, the path of least resistance. And then we just ask, well, what's the next obvious action step? And we take it. And so that next step becomes your next current reality. And we just keep stepping. It's like crossing a river. You just throw stones out, step on the stone, throw the next one, step on the stone. Next thing you know, you're on the other side. And then what? And then you step into becoming a super conscious creator of your life. And you apply this to every aspect of your life. And you realize that all of a sudden, everything is being created the way I want it, the way I desire it, all from the same structure. And when I learned that, everything in my life changed. Everything changed. And it's been an unbelievable journey, and I'm just getting started with it. So, yeah, thank you, Alan, for the opportunity to share this. It's one of the things I love.
The thought just occurred to me that this is so exciting. When I said earlier, the student becomes a teacher, the teacher becomes a student. You guys, this is the inaugural launch of this form of opportunity to help heal, not just weight loss, but profoundly change your life. And I'm going to be a student right along with you guys. I'm going through the whole process myself because I want to learn how to do the recode in my office alongside. It's just another tool that I want to add to my toolbox. So I'm excited to learn, John.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to share it. So, if you guys are all in, you want to hear what this program is all about. If you want to understand what we have to offer, just go ahead and put a 1 in there or put a yes in the chat box. Just let me know that you're interested in this, and I'll go ahead and give you guys just a little brief overview of the program that we have put together. I think it's an amazing opportunity. It's an amazing offer. There's so much built into it. Like, I'm going to go through that with you, and I'll walk you through step by step. And at the end, Dr. Allen and I will stick around and we'll answer some questions. We'll let you unmute and ask some questions. We're here to just facilitate your learning and everything. So give me 1 second. Let me share my screen here. Let's see if I can bring everything up that I want to have. There it is. Okay. All right. So when Melinda, maybe you can post this link right here in the chat, or I can do it too. Actually, if you could do it, that'd be great. So when you go to this link, This is a page that you're going to see. And on the top is going to be a couple of boxes. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, but if you scroll down, and I've got it right here, so you don't have to do that now. But if you want to do it later, that's the time to do it. I'll guide you on that. So this is what you get. All right. So this is the whole program. So the weight loss recode program is what I was saying is I've renamed it this is because we are recoding this. We are recoding so many things within your brain. And I can share with you a video, which I'll do at some point, where you can actually see the neurons rewiring themselves. It's fascinating. So the weight loss recode program, it's a 12-week, which I've already talked about. It's a rhythmic reset. We're auto-saving your metabolism and your weight loss through this specific cycle. We've got thousands of studies on this, and that's $1,000 value. Okay. You get a 3-month supply of all the stuff you need. We've talked about the 2 different products. It's really only 2 things. You don't have to like take 300 vitamins a day. It's not like that. You don't need that. This stuff, we already know weight loss programs work. This one is the best I've ever seen, and it works great. And Melinda, who's our health coach, which we'll talk about her in a minute, she is a master of guiding you guys through this program. She is unbelievable at that. So you get everything you need in terms of products. It's a $500 value. Now, the 3 weekly Recode sessions, I do them live. Okay. So it's not AI, it's me. You have a question, I'm going to answer it live. They are Tuesdays, every Tuesday. You have to do some conversions here. So 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. So that's Eastern time. So that's 10 and 4 your time. It's a 12-week program. I can go through, I have 100 topics already recorded, and I've tried to pick out 12 of the most important processes to help you recode or help us recode your identity. So we do things like the sabotage. There's 9 self-sabotaging patterns and habits. We're going to go through them all and we'll recode them. There's a process called step forward, ask backward. Ask backward. I want to make sure I pronunciate that properly. We go through this thing called an identity matrix. We do the double bubble, the perceptual shift. We talk about red light therapy. We talk about the massive change history, DNA, genes, and life expression. And we recode the genetics. We do a negative belief flip process, magnetic alignment, family entanglements. How many people think that our unconscious was programmed by our family? It goes back 7 generations, proven by Hellinger, and it probably goes even further. We have a process to go back and rewire the entanglements through our family history, our ancestry. And we do a thing called parts integration. So those are the 12 structured lessons that I take you guys through, and you get all the replays. So if you miss it, no worries. You get a replay. You get access. You get access to the 100 that I've already got if you want them. And it's a lot. So you won't be underwhelmed with information, I promise you. Plus, Wednesday mornings, and it's early for you guys if you're West Coast, but it's 9:30 Eastern. It's Dr. John Unchained, and that means you get me for specific individual coaching sessions live in the group. So anyone who needs specific help on certain things, you get anything and everything that I've been trained on, including NET. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from and step on toes with Dr. Allen. That's never been my purpose. So you'll get masterful NET with him. So we probably won't do that. I might guide you to that, to back to him for that, and we'll do one of the other processes that we'll do. So there's anchoring, collapsing anchoring, the whiteout technique, NET, identity triangle, core 4 visualizations, a wisdom process, programming your unconscious with the clock process. I just finished the inner power meditation. I'm going to give you that as a bonus in a second. So that's part of it as well, which I guide people through live. So there's just so much. That alone, 3 sessions a week for 36 weeks at $100 a session is $3,600. I'm $500 an hour. So if you actually did it one-on-one, it'd be a lot more. You don't get a daily tracker. Alan said at the beginning, I'm a brilliant programmer. I actually don't program, but I do have the ability to create a vision for what I want. And I have brilliant people that can make these funny looking lines of code do what I want on the screen, which is what you're actually an example of what you're looking at. So we have our own tracking application, I guess. So you get your own app, and you get a one-on-one health coach, and that's Melinda up here. She's unbelievable. So she will help walk you through the program. She'll get on calls with you as needed. You'll do an onboarding call with her face to face. You'll have all of your questions answered literally in real time within a very short period of time. You have access to her 24/7. You have access to me 3 times a week, um, for sure. But having Melinda on board is huge. So that's $1,000 value for the tracker and her support. Then we got some bonuses for you. I've created these walking meditations. So with our program, you do not need to get in the gym. You don't need to pump iron. You don't have to get on, 2 hours of cardio every day, nothing like that. We just ask you to walk, 20 minutes of nice brisk walking, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week, however many you want. If you can do it 3, 5, that's great. But we want you to do some walking. And so these are meditations. We get you in a specific mindset for this program as you're walking. So, you put in your headset. They're not closed eye meditations because you're walking, and I don't want you to walk into traffic, obviously. So these are walking meditations. And then the one bonus I just talked about, which is not on here because I just finished it like an hour before our call, is the inner power meditation, which is a process of programming your blueprint, your unconscious blueprint, every single day so that you can feel the feelings you want to feel, which will make you make the decisions that you want to decide every single day for every aspect of your life. That is powerful. It's a 20-minute meditation. I'm going to give you that as well. And this bonus is massive. Okay. So these are like $100 value. This one is unbelievable. This is a Sleep Yourself Thin meditation program. So what is this? This was it's created by one of my mentors, Chris Duncan. This guy is, this dude's, he's a real deal. I love this guy. He's the one who taught me the superconscious Recode method. And I've coached with him personally, and the recodes that we did on my life have been life-changing. So he created this program, and I guide you through it. So what this is we're literally doing Recode on you every single night while you sleep. We are reprogramming your ability to reset your metabolism and recreate your own identity using the superconscious Recode while you sleep. Literally, you go to sleep listening to this thing, and it'll loop for 6 hours, and it's just letting the superconscious do the work for you. It's the most brilliant thing that I've ever seen. So we're going to give you that as well as part of the bonuses. And then the last bonus is a free ticket to the Recode Your Identity. It's a live event we do in Florida. And it's 2 days of breakthrough experiences and live transformations. We'll do it right here somewhere on the beach. Haven't got that exactly worked out yet, but you get a free ticket if you don't mind coming to Florida. For those of you who don't live here, we'd love to have you here. You get a free ticket for that as well. So if you add all that up, that's $1,000 value. You're looking at like $7,700 for this program. It's only 3 months long. You think, man, that's a whole pile of cash, but we're not going to ask you for that. What we've done is we've created this program for a regular price of $2,999. And Alan's like, hey, can we discount that? And so what we've done is we've took another $500 off of that for you guys. And that's the pay in full price of $2,499. And so if you are all in on that, this is the link that you would check out on. You would click that link and you'd come to the page that I am now showing you. But what you'll see is up at the top, 2 options. So there's 2 paths to join. So I'm going to walk you through this really slow so you understand it. Okay. If this makes sense to you and you want the discounted rate, you would click this annoying bouncing grab the offer now. Okay. And so what that does is it opens up a checkout for you to purchase this program for $24.99. It'll also give you an option or an opportunity, a one-time opportunity to add a friend for half price. So for another $12.50, you can add a spouse, a friend, a loved one, mother, daughter, whatever. Okay. Anyone you want. We say loved one. If you don't love the person, you can add them anyways, but more than likely you're not going to add someone that you're not caring about. But that's the first option. Okay. So you go to this page right here. This QR code over here takes you to that page, by the way. So if you're on your phone, you can like boom, hit that thing on the screen with your phone. You just go QR code, boom, that's showing there, and that'll take you to this page. Okay. Then you click grab the offer and it takes you to the checkout page. Okay. Option one. Option two is you click this annoying bouncing black box and it takes you to a different checkout page. And at that point, you would do a deposit. Okay. Your deposit is $350 and it holds your spot. Okay. And it doesn't obligate you to anything. It's fully refundable. You can ask Alan. I am not here. Neither of us are here to rip anybody off. We are not here to pressure anybody. We're not taking any prisoners. We don't want any fear. So if you go through and you put a deposit in, okay, it is refundable. But here's the process. Once you click this box and you check out for $350, you will be sent to another page. And on that page, you will have two more options. I like my options. Okay. That's why I built it this way. You have two options. You can book a call with Melinda. Okay. And she will walk you through answering any questions you have about this program, and you can make the decision. Yes, I want to pay in full. Then she'll take you to the pay in full checkout and walk you through that, and you're ready and you're good to go. Or you can say, I would love to do this, but I don't have all the money up front. What are my options? Well, we have an option for you. If you're like, hey, I need more time to pay for this, we work with a partner and we do offer 0% financing. Okay. And everybody is approved, 100% approval. So Melinda would then take you and connect you with HFA, which is our financing partner, and you'll work out the terms with them, and then you're good to go. Okay. And the third option is, I don't want to do it. And then I'll refund you the $350. Okay. So there's no risk at all to do this at all. The second option, like I said, there was two options. The first is to have that call with Melinda and it's free. The second option is I want to talk to Dr. John and learn more about this stuff. Then you can book that call with me. That's a $97 non-refundable fee. Okay. It's just $97. We'll have a conversation face to face, just like this. And then from there, you have the same options. You can say, hey, this makes sense. Yeah, I want to buy, I want to join, or I want financing, or I want to decline. Now, if you decline with Melinda or me, no worries. I will still give you a free ticket to our live event, and I'll still give you that sleep yourself thin meditation program. I'll give you that for free if you just book that opportunity to have a conversation with us. Okay, even if you decline and we refund it, no problem. I want you to have more value than you think you were going to get from this program, so I want to give you that. Okay, and so that's the process. Okay, if you do choose to schedule with me, you'll look like this little schedule box over here on the top right. There's a QR code. You can just scan that right now if you want. And you'll set up a time with me. Okay, so that's literally everything that I have. Alan, is there anything you want to add at this point?
No, I think that, like you mentioned, we can do a few minutes of Q&A. Um,
Yeah, 100%. If anybody has any specific questions, I'm going to unshare. Actually, I think I'm just going to make this big so we're not looking at that bouncing thing any longer. If anybody has any questions, please just hit that little mute button on the bottom of your little microphone button. You'll unmute yourself and feel free to ask.
Someone in the chat box asked if you would ever consider doing a Recode Your Identity event in Portland, Oregon.
Sure. We just have to figure all that out.
Oh, Liz is asking about the blood test. That's uh, something that I would do for you individually. So anyone that, even if you don't, if you want to get that information before you start the program, just I want to make it easy. I think, like I said, you don't even have to come in the office for that. Oh, we'll send out in the email we send out to all of you guys that those that are interested in getting a fasting blood test, there'll be a link to send me an email and we'll get that ordered for you guys. I'll put it in full script for you.
Jen is saying from the phone, how do you register because the QR code doesn't work? Yeah, exactly. So what you would do is you would go into the chat box on your phone and see if you can copy that link. And if you can't, let me know. And
well, we can send that. We can email that link to everyone.
Yeah,
too.
we'll send it. We'll send it out. Yeah.
But right now it's in the chat box. Coach Melinda put it in there.
Yep. Yes, you will get a recording of the session. Absolutely.
So if you can't get that QR code, if you go over to the chat, scroll up, you'll see. Just click on that link. It'll take you right to the webpage.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. Yeah, everybody's going to get the replay, 100%, and feel free to share it. This offer is open to everyone.
Great. Yep.
Yeah. No, and this offer is open to everyone. So please share it with your family, your friends. It's been just over an hour. Our goal was to
yep.
Yes, HSA will cover this program 100%. No problem. So
and,
yeah, our goal was to kind of keep it to about an hour.
Yeah, I can provide a letter of medical necessity for the HSA. We do that all the time. And yes, someone asked if you're all going to get a recording of this. We're going to send this out as a replay so that you can share with friends or family members, or those that weren't able to attend will get to watch it.
And Liz, yeah, it's just going to be offered again in the spring. It's the offer is open for Dr. Allen's patients at any time. The link, we'll keep that link the same. You can check out at any time. 100%.
I think we'll probably do another live session like we did today.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this was fun. I think our chat box is, yeah, you're after tax day. Yeah. Yeah, we get it. I get it. Cool. Yeah, and they're supposed to be the largest tax refunds of all time this year, right? We'll see. That was the promise from the top.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Cool.
Okay.
And yeah, anybody else? Any closing remarks? Melinda, is there anything that you would love to add? Because we'd love to hear from you. You're just this brilliant shining ray of light. So
I'm so excited for everyone to really get all of the information. We're here to answer any of your questions. Reach out to me, schedule a meeting with me. If you'd rather meet with Dr. John, definitely he can answer your questions. There's Dr. Allen, who's absolutely amazing. So yes, I'm super excited that all of you showed up to start taking back your health.
Yeah, it's huge. And Melinda, not only is she just an absolutely amazing coach and human being, she shows up on literally every Recode call as well. So she is doing creating some incredible things in her life as well. So I'm super happy for her. And you'll get to know us very, very well, very, very quickly. The people that we've run through the program, Melinda, I mean, they've just become, Melinda's in Arizona.
I am in Arizona. I am North Peoria, Arizona area.
Yeah. But the people that have gone through our program have just been, I mean, wouldn't you say the life-changing experiences they've had have just been so unbelievably inspiring. So yeah, I'm just very excited to share this all with you guys. We'll become very close, and you'll find that I like to joke around. The calls are very fun. They're light. But we'll go through and you'll learn some stuff that you've never seen before. I guarantee you've never seen it before. You've never experienced it before. And it will cause shifts in you that you'll be like, what in the world was that? And so that's just our experience talking. So I'd love to share it with you guys. Awesome. Well, thank you.
I want to thank every one of you that
Yes.
I want to thank every one of you that took your time out of your day to be here with us. and knowledge is power. So each of you are now empowered with some amazing knowledge. And speaking on behalf of myself and John and Melinda, we are so grateful that you showed up, and onwards and upwards.
Okay, so we do have one more question. Jen, can I register in your office with my HSA card?
Yes.
Typically, the HSA cards are like a credit card.
Yep. Yep. No problem. Yeah, just reach out.
Yeah.
Either to Melinda or me. If you can go the free route through Melinda, and she'll tell you how to get a hold of me. That's no problem.
Do they have contact information for you and Melinda, John?
Well, they can reply to the email they got. Will come
Perfect.
back to me. That'll come right to me. And will come into our database, but that I get all of that. So yeah, if you respond to any of the email reminders you got, you're going to get me. But it's very simple. It's Dr. Schellenberg at outlook.com. As long as you can spell Schellenberg. Make it easy. DRSCHELLENBERG. When I order pizza, it's Smith. It's so much easier. Cool. You got it. Hey, who put that in there? Thank you. You got it. Hey, Alan, you spelled it right. Thank you. All right, guys.
You're welcome.
We'll sign off for now. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you so much. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.